Hello everyone. So earlier this morning, The Bad Batch premiered on Disney Plus. This is going to be a brand new animated series set in the Star Wars universe. Its first episode, of course, takes place during the events of Episode 3, and it's going to kind of go past the events of Episode 3 as well. But this first episode that we got, released on May 4th, May the 4th be with you day, is an hour and 15 minutes long, which is awesome because they're able to unpack a lot and really get us to know the characters in this show right off the bat. But this is, of course, about a group of defective stormtroopers who the Order 66 programming doesn't work. Their chips have malfunctions throughout the years of their service, and now they're left wondering what their place in the Republic, the Empire is going to be, and eventually in the entire galaxy, what it's going to be. And this season is going to start back up again on Friday and release weekly every Friday from here on out. But I'm going to review my first thoughts of The Bad Batch and just what I'm excited for and what I thought from the first episode. Without further ado, here we go. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, Dave Filoni does an amazing job with the Star Wars material, and he is the co-creator, writer of this series. And if you're a fan of the animation style of the Clone Wars, so the Star Wars animated series, the animation style is right up this alley. It's basically the same thing, of course, just it looks a little better in terms of environments, landscapes, ships, armor, things like that with upgraded technology. So you'll be right at home if you like that animation style. And of course, too, this is a bit of a more mature story in terms of where at least Star Wars Clone Wars was when it started out, but you still do get, it's a cartoon, you get the humor that kids will really enjoy, but again, with the adult mature storytelling that's almost everyone, any Star Wars fan is absolutely going to love. In terms of the stakes, and a lot of the humor, like I said, the goofy stuff will come from a lot of the droids just saying the Bad Batch comes in and they're pushing tanks off a cliffside, and the droids would be like, hey, don't do that, stop it. Like little things like that that'll get kids laughing. But there's actually a lot of more mature jokes. And again, it's a mature story about how these clone troopers, after Order 66 is commenced, they have no idea what the order means. They hear it, but the chip doesn't work, and they watch their fellow soldiers all of a sudden killing Jedi and the people they were supposed to help and protect, and it's just absolutely shocking to them, and they still go along with it to learn what this whole change is going to be and what the Empire all of a sudden means when they were supposed to be a republic, and hearing false information that the Jedi tried to kill Emperor Palpatine, and all of these things that eventually unfold when Tarkin comes to visit and evaluate them, uses live rounds on them to evaluate their skill in combat and how defective they can be and how they can't follow orders, to eventually having to go on the run because they were going to be basically brainwashed and manipulated into taking orders because of their skill sets. Tarkin knows just how effective they are in combat because he tested it firsthand, and of course he doesn't want them to die because of their skill sets, but it's just he can't have any rogue troopers, especially as dangerous as the Bad Batch can be. And they are all very entertaining characters, from the roles that they play within their squad, but also too just their own personalities. Where right off the bat, I did really like Wrecker. He's, of course, does exactly what he says. He's the heavy weapons expert. He's great at hand-to-hand combat because of his size and strength, but he's a big teddy bear inside. Hunter's awesome. He's kind of the leader of the group and has a Rambo haircut and definitely a bandana too, and he's just kind of the all-around experts. And you have two tech-based characters who are absolutely awesome and really, really smart, and I like what they bring to the crew. And also there's a character called Crosshairs who is going to have a very interesting story in terms of where they can take him, especially after this first episode, because a lot happens to his character and especially the Stormtrooper unit throughout this. I'm really excited to see how Crosshairs' character is going to evolve, especially with all the kind of multiple roles that he's given within this first episode. And I do really think that he's going to be a great character, regardless of how long he's kept into the show. And I just, all the characters are really, really well written, and they do something really, really cool where we get a brand new type of clone trooper, which comes through the character of Omega. I'm not going to say too much, but this character, like I said, is something brand new to the canon and lore of Star Wars, and I feel like this person is the only one of their kind, and we're not going to see anything like this again, but it's something just big for the lore of Star Wars, and I was really excited to see it, and I can't wait to see how they're able to kind of push this character forward as well. Same thing with Crosshair. Of course, the music is fantastic, especially just all the little references that they showed to the Clone Wars and the entire Star Wars saga, especially hearing like the amazing music during the Order 66 scene that has like a ton of weight to it, and the action is really, really good. The squad works really well together. One of my favorite scenes is they're fighting battle droids, and the character Hunter throws a knife up into the air, which Crosshair shoots, and it sends the knife flying into the head of one of these battle droids and takes it out. And of course, too, like, they know parkour, and Crosshair is able to get up to really tall buildings and get a vantage point and take out snipers. Wrecker is basically like charging through and ripping droids apart, while all the other people run the ground game and tactics, hacking into different droids and robots and just doing really cool things like that, which again just really shows how well they work as a team and how specialist they are. Where it kind of reminds me of that one trailer, Battlefield Bad Company 2, where it just showcases how amazing each one of these characters is in all of their roles, and it just gets me excited to see how well they work together in, like I said, just going into battle, mission form, and how that's going to evolve into them being on the run and trying to survive in the galaxy, gain allies. We get to see Saw Gerrera in this, which is really, really cool. And of course, Emperor Tolkien, and also too Emperor Palpatine. And I'm certain there's going to be a ton of characters. There's little hits of the Star Wars animated series, The Clone Wars, where we get to see footage of Obi-Wan. So I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing him make his way into the show in some fashion. Maybe not in the first season, but this first episode opens up the potential for a ton of world hopping and just galaxy hopping all across the Star Wars universe. So it's open to so many possibilities, and I'm really, really excited to see how, one, they fight back against the Empire, and two, who they can meet along the way to help them do that and be on the run and escape the fates of being brainwashed or killed by the Empire. So I did really enjoy this first episode, and I said there's so much potential for this show to grow into something fantastic, even though, like I said, this first episode is absolutely fantastic, and that is why, with everything taken together, I'm going to give the first episode of The Bad Batch an 8.5 out of 10, and I highly recommend any Star Wars fan or anyone who likes any like war movie or just anything to do with Star Wars Disney, check it out. It's on Disney Plus. The first episode's out, and like I said, the next one comes out this Friday on May the 7th, and it'll be released every Friday after that until the end of the season. But please let me know what you thought about the first episode of Bad Batch in the comments down below, what you loved about it. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and you can check out all my other TV reviews, movie reviews, everything I do on this channel through my playlist down below, and I'll link some up top here. You can also check out everything I do video game wise, and especially with Resident Evil Village coming out this Friday. You can go check it out on my Twitch, which is in the description, and also in the description is the Media Mountain, which is my Discord, where we talk about everything that is awesome in this world, from comic book, movies, TV, Star Wars, Resident Evil, just like I said, everything that's awesome. So join that community, feel free to add to it, and just love talking to all you guys through that. And of course, like I said, check this out on Disney Plus. If you like what you see on the channel, subscribe, turn the little ringer on if you want to know when I upload new videos. And awesome, guys.